Welcome to SOS Media, your number one source of the latest news, opinions, and in-depth investigations that dig deeper into today's developing stories around the globe. We all can probably recall that at their prime time, two seemingly inseparable friends and music gurus, R. Kelly and P. Diddy, were known for their success in life and for apparently an unbreakable bond. They had projects together, shared their dreams, and faced this life's day-to-day challenges hand in hand, but fate has a way of testing even the strongest relationships. For R. Kelly, it all started when a woman who had been central to his legal troubles for more than 2 decades testified later that the R&B king had abused her allegedly hundreds of times before she turned 18. She went on to say that it was her and R. Kelly in a videotape that was at the heart of his 2008 CP trial, at which he was acquitted. Some jurors said after the 2008 trial, which was on state charges, that they had no choice but to acquit R. Kelly because the girl, who was by then an adult, didn't testify. Years later, while on the stand, Jane conceded that she lied to the grand jury before the trial and that it was not her in the video. "I was afraid something bad would happen to Robert," she told jurors about why she didn't tell the truth then, referring to R. Kelly by his full first name. "I was protecting him," she added. R. Kelly, who has denied any wrongdoing, had been trailed for decades by complaints and allegations about his alleged behavior. The scrutiny intensified after the #MeToo era and the 2019 6-part highly dramatized documentary, Surviving R. Kelly. R. Kelly is today, as of date, serving a 30-year prison sentence for his conviction in New York on federal charges, alleging that he used his fame to abuse his fans. He is also serving 20 years in prison for the Chicago charges, which will run concurrently with the New York charges, except for 1 year that will be served consecutively. After sentencing, most of R. Kelly's fellow music industry friends and the majority of fellow artists, many of whom had done collaborations with, started denouncing him despite his cries about his innocence, citing witch hunt from those fighting him and those trying to earn hefty handouts from his account. Sadly, no one seemed to care anymore, and among those was musical mogul P. Diddy, whose real name is Sean Combs. But now, when Cassie Ventura's lawsuit against Diddy was released to the public, social media didn't react to the allegations, but instead shock and outrage were shared over the fact that Cassie dared to actually sue the music mogul. Like it happened in R. Kelly's case, former employees and associates of P. Diddy's have shared being witnesses or victims to alleged ominous tales of alleged violence and abuse from him against women, and even several men who attempted to date his ex-girlfriends. Cassie's lawsuit detailed an alleged instance when she spent time with music artist Kid Cudi, despite Diddy warning her to stay away from him. When she wouldn't comply, Diddy allegedly threatened to blow up Kid Cudi's car, and a short time later the rapper's car was blown to smithereens. Because of their undeniable success, talent, and power, it is quite unthinkable that R. Kelly or Diddy wouldn't have a lot of people envying them or wishing to have a portion of their enormous wealth. We can also say that it was the unfortunate dramatized Surviving R. Kelly docuseries that masked and biased the bigger population against R. Kelly. Complemented by the Me Too movement, Surviving R. Kelly just had R. Kelly sentenced even before trial. Now, critics are suggesting the same will happen to Diddy following musician 50 Cent's promise of a documentary about his allegations. We can also recall that R. Kelly's fellow music artist Jay-Z had a big hand in financing Dream Hampton's Surviving R. Kelly project. One cannot fail to relate this action to the fallout Jay-Z had with R. Kelly in regards to the Best of Both Worlds project. Now, 50 Cent seems very determined to do a similar documentary to rally the American people in particular and the world at large against P. Diddy. For almost 30 years, Diddy's brand has celebrated a lifestyle of black opulence and success. In addition to his domination in the music industry, relationships with spirit and clothing brands helped catapult Diddy to the coveted position of one of the wealthiest black men in the country. Blind items from former acquaintances and employees who still fear for their livelihood, but allegedly want to share their support of other victims, have started popping up all over social media. According to several sources, 18 companies have already terminated their partnership with Diddy's e-commerce platform, Empower Global, and his clothing brand Sean John has been phased out, and will no longer be featured in Macy's department stores in 2024. Now, Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami were raided Monday as part of a federal trafficking investigation, according to law enforcement. The raid was made by Homeland Security investigations in the Holmby Hills area of Los Angeles, with federal agents pictured coming out of the home with boxes and bags of evidence, including electronics. A Miami home owned by record label boss Diddy was also raided Monday as part of the same operation, federal sources confirmed. Law enforcement sources revealed that the feds moved in because they wanted to seize 54-year-old Diddy's phones and computers. They also claimed there would be further raids on houses associated with the mogul in New York and Chicago. Views from over Diddy's Los Angeles home showed Homeland Security agents conducting the raid, with a number of people who left the house being detained. Diddy's sons, 30-year-old Justin and 25-year-old King, were both seen cuffed by officers, although it's unclear if they were taken into custody. The Los Angeles home is owned by a division of Diddy's record company, Bad Boy Entertainment, and one of his daughters, reports said. At least 4 Jane Does and 1 John Doe have been interviewed by New York prosecutors in connection to the trafficking allegations, and a RICO case, while further interviews are expected, sources said. Meanwhile, the 54-year-old dazed-looking Combs was seen at the Miami Opa-locka Executive Airport Monday afternoon, after his private jet was stopped by feds on the tarmac, apparently bound for a Caribbean spring break with some of his 7 kids. It all happened almost 1 day to the month since Rodney Jones, a former producer and videographer for Diddy, filed an explosive lawsuit claiming the music mogul repeatedly sexually assaulted him from September 2022 to November 2023. Diddy's attorney Sean Hawley previously told reporters that Lil Rod is nothing more than a liar who filed the $30 million lawsuit shamelessly looking for an undeserved payday. Enough is enough, Combs wrote on Instagram after the most recent allegations emerged. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy, Combs lamented. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday, he continued. Let me absolutely clear, I did not do any of the awful things being alleged, and I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. The Southern District of New York is one of the most prestigious in the country. If they're bringing a case against him, Diddy has a lot to worry about. Thank you for watching today's video, brought to you by SOS Media. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of our videos. Also remember to leave your comment about today's topic in the comment section below.